Hi everyone, Sylvia from Pilates Therapy here. I hope you enjoy this little snack. We're going to be doing quadruped, which is on hands and knees. Just a little taster. This is one of those exercises that requires a little bit of balance and coordination. And so take it slowly if you haven't done anything like this before. You may also find that you get a little bit of soreness in your wrists because your wrists aren't used to having so much pressure put on them. And it's just a strength thing. You're not going to do any damage as long as you're not, doing this for 24 hours a day. But there are different ways that you can play around with it so you don't maybe have as much pressure on your wrist for the entire time. So we're going to get started. So get up into your hands and knees. Okay. And the main thing to remember with this position is that we have our weight distributed between all 4 points. Okay, so play around with where your hips are and feel the difference in your hands and your knees and try and get it nice and level so then you've got even distribution of your weight between your feet and your knees and your hands. Okay. Then I want you to really think about while we're doing this is that your back is flat. So you need to picture that you've got something sitting on your back, whether it's a bowl of water, a glass of tea, a cup of tea, your favourite glass of wine, whatever you want on your back to make sure that you don't drop it. So keeping your back nice and still. Okay, so while you are exercising, you need to keep your stillness. Okay. The other thing is in between, trying to not dip your head between your shoulders. So lifting up. My imagery is that I've got a cactus plant in between my hands, and if my head dips down, I'm going to get a spike in my nose. So trying to keep that head and chest up a little bit, okay? Not all the way up. You don't want to be straining, but not dipping down, okay? So they're the main things. If your wrists do get a little bit sore, you can go up onto your fists. So I've got my fists sort of pointing down, so then you don't have that bend, and that's what sometimes people don't like, that bend. So if you go onto your fist, your hands are in that vertical. So sometimes that helps is to have your hands in your fists. The other thing is when you're working on just your legs, you might want to go down onto your forearm, whether it's one forearm or both forearms. Okay, and that can help with that little bit of soreness. So let's get started. Remembering all those points, equal weight, nice flat back, getting those breaths, nice deep breaths going. We're going to lift one arm up and down. I'm just starting with my right, up and down. I'm just going to do 5. Bring it down and then swap hands. Now I'm going to swap to a leg. So we're just going to go around our body. So sweep that leg out. So it's long. And now I'm going to tap. So up and down. You can see I'm not going really high. I'm keeping the stillness in my back. Okay. So I could go really high. Okay. I get an arc in my back. I'm worried about my nice cold glass of wine that I'm saving for the weekend. And we do add 5. And bring that down. Okay, also look at your body. Are you leaning more onto one side because you've got one side moving? You need to really adjust this. So you need to think about your balance. Up and down. Nice deep breaths. And 5. And bring that knee in. Now we're going to swap out to out the side. Okay, so our hand is going to go out to the side. Okay, out to the side. And we do our 5. Same things, thinking about our balance, swap arms. Stillness. Deep breaths. Okay, and then we're going to do a side movement with our leg. So we're doing what we call fire hydrants. So that bent leg is coming up and down 5 times. Again, we're not looking to how high. So if you feel that you're moving as that leg goes up, don't lift up as high and keep that stillness. So we've got that 5 and then 5 on the other side. And bring that down. Now we're going to repeat what we did first, but instead of doing it all on one side, we're going to do alternate side. And you have to really think about your balance with this one because you're swapping from side to side. Okay, so arm out the front, swap, other arm out the front, arm, get that stillness. Your core, your corset, all your trunk muscles are on. 4. And then you're going to do the same with your legs. Okay, so slide out, lift up, bring that in. Slide out, lift up, bring it in. Okay. Take it slow. Don't sort of try and kick it off, but make it fast. Okay, you've got to get that slide first. Slide it out, lift it up. Toe tap down, slide that knee back in. You do have to think about where your body is in space and trying to keep it still is working your muscles, your balance muscles in a different way instead of doing it standing. Then we're going to do the same sideways, but again, lift at one side, then the other side. Don't go too fast, I'm just speeding up then. 3, and then we do our legs. It's a fire hydrant. Fire hydrant. Think about your spine, nice and still. If you go too quickly, you're going to be doing this. Okay, so slow it down. Think about our stillness in our body. So we really engage in everything. And one more on each side. And bring yourself down, going into a stretch. Maybe shake those wrists around if you've been keeping them on that position and you're not used to it. You will feel it is quite a tight sensation in those wrists. So it gives them a nice little roll about. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a little bit of balance in a different way. So we're really focusing on looking at our pelvis, pelvic floor muscles and going into that trunk. It's a little bit more than standing balances when you're looking at your ankles, your knees, your hips. This is more, some people use those sorts of bird dog and moving exercises to help with pelvic floor. So it's a really smaller muscle or our cores that are involved in that exercise. I hope you enjoy that little taster and I'll see you next time. Bye.